moving to the next section then, it's a pleasure to invite Rashed up, Rashed Al-Yami, who is Manager of Digital Platforms and Architecture Design at Saudi Aramco, one of our Platinum members. Rashed is a Senior IT and Digital Transformation Leader with 35 years of experience. He's currently leading the Digital Platforms and Architecture Design Division. He has led the design and execution of major projects, including networks and platforms covering cloud, integration, data and AI, application modernization, radio, satellite, telephony, SDH, MPLS, and fiber optic systems. You name it, he's been involved in it. So in this session, we'll be talking about the new Open Digital Transformation Forum. So warm welcome, please, for Rashed Al-Yami.
Thank you, Steve.
So you get to pick whichever chair you like.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll do this one. I think, because there are no slides, we might be in danger of being up on the big screens. We'll see. But thank you for joining us today, Rashed, and it'll be great when we can actually talk about the forum is live and doing things. But today, this is not a soft launch. It's an invitation for expressions of interest, I think, is how it's billed on the agenda. Because as with most things at the Open Group, the more people we have involved, the better. But so I mentioned that we're starting a new forum, the Open Digital Transformation Forum. You gave us the idea or the suggestion. What was behind the idea?
Okay, thank you very much, Steve. It's my pleasure to be with you all here in this great event. As you know, digital transformation, or what we used to call the fourth industrial revolution, brought a lot of technologies, disruptive technologies that we have seen and we have been working with since around 2016, 2017. AI is one of them, blockchain, IoT, digital twins, and others. And I really heard in the first sessions of today's event a lot of talk about these technologies from Ran, from Ken, and also from the TOGAF leadership team. And as you may have seen over the past few years, many companies and startups have capitalized on these emerging and disruptive technologies to introduce new transformative business models. This allowed these companies and the startups to really capture market share and displace some of the legacy players, which really brought a lot of attention to digital transformation. And as a result, many companies and many governments also start to look at digital transformation as a cornerstone of their business. Many organizations start to have a digital transformation organization within the enterprise, and also you have seen a lot of them introducing, for example, chief digital transformation officer in these organizations. All of this is underpinning the importance of digital transformation, and from here, the concept came of introducing a new digital transformation forum, bringing partners and key players together and creating an ecosystem to talk about digital transformation, to advance the digital transformation agenda. And there is no better place than the Open Group to partner with, to introduce this forum and to introduce open standards from a vendor and technology neutral organization like the Open Group. So this is really what's behind it and how we came up with this idea. And since the moment we introduced the idea to the Open Group, we really found really a lot of collaboration, and hopefully within the coming few months, we'll be launching this as a new forum.
Yeah, that's great, and thank you for those kind words about the Open Group. I remember us having the first conversation about it, first face-to-face conversation about it in Riyadh last year, actually. Yeah, but yeah, great. So what value does digital transformation bring to the industry?
Well, we believe that it will bring a lot of values. We will be introducing new standards through the forum. So standardization and interoperability will be key areas that will help the industry. We believe it will allow us to share success stories in digital transformation across industries and across sectors. And as we have seen, success stories that could emerge in one sector, like the healthcare, for example, could be mimicked and could be used in its own way in other sectors like transportation, like energy, and other. So we believe this will help us by creating a platform for knowledge sharing and for understanding from each other. Also, we believe it will enable us to benchmark digital transformation across industries and will enable each organization to have an understanding about its maturity when it comes to digital transformation and understand the gaps that it may have. Then through the forum, it can learn from the programs and the initiatives and the success stories of others, and they could capitalize on this learning to bridge the gap and help them establish a strategic roadmap toward elevating the digital transformation maturity within their organization.
Right. And an important aspect of it is the intent is that it will be multi-industry as well as multi-country involvement, but multi-industry is important because you can learn from each other.
Absolutely, and in fact, it's not only enterprises. We are looking at having government organizations part of the forum, consulting firms, technology providers, suppliers, academia, so that all of these key players will collaborate together to talk and about digital transformation and elevate digital transformation in their own industries.
Right. I referred to our first conversation about it, and I remember thinking, that's a big topic. Digital transformation is big but important. Everyone's doing it or needing to do it to some degree. Some are further along their journey than others. But over this time so far, we've kind of got a bit more focus. So can you say a bit about what the initial focus of the forum will be in terms of the areas you'll be working on?
Okay, great. I think the first really focus area we would like really to address through this forum is developing digital standards. And I have seen today that you have some of the standards there, but I think we will expand on digital transformation standards. Some of the areas, the second maybe focus area is to establish a platform for knowledge sharing and exchange of learning and experiences among the player. Another focus area is really looking at certification and training when it comes to emerging technologies. And maybe have discussed AI in the past, and there is really a long way to go when it comes to AI. There is a need in the market for solid AI certification or multi-level AI certification from a vendor-neutral organization. So I think this is one of the areas to look at, not only for AI, but other digital technologies. Also, one of the things that maybe we'll focus on is really the culture transformation within the organization, which is really a key enabler in organizations. So basically, these are the areas and focus areas we are looking at.
Okay, great. Well, it's lots to be getting on with. You said we've got some standards already, and we'll add to them. So, what kind of standards do you see being evolved out of the forum that aren't there right now?
Okay, well, I think one of the standards that we'll be looking at is digital transformation reference architecture standards. For example, for large organization, for example, like in our sector, for example, in the energy sector, we use most of the standards the Open Group have and most of the reference architecture, whether it is the TOGAF framework, whether it is the OSDU for subsurface, whether it is the footprint for sustainability, open process automation. And I think there is a room for us to have a digital transformation level reference architecture helping us connect all of these. Another area for standard is I mentioned the AI, blockchain area, IoT, digital twins. All of these are really very rich areas for us to collaborate in developing standards. And we have also talked earlier this morning about the importance of the data layer. The data layer is also a very key enabler, especially for AI. So I believe there is a lot of work for us that we can collaborate on developing standard in this area, looking at data governance also, and ethics of the data and how we can utilize them. I believe also other areas that we can look at is establishing maturity assessment framework that will help organizations understand where they are in their digital transformation journey and how they can progress. We can also look into establishing performance metrics and KPIs and indices for digital transformation. So I believe these are some of the areas that we can tackle in addition to developing best practices and guidelines when it comes to digital transformation.
Right. Learning from each other is the key, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll come back to the forum in a moment, but can I ask you about your own experience within your company, within Saudi Aramco, and your digital transformation journey so far, and kind of what business opportunities that's opened for the group?
Okay, we started our journey around 2016. And in fact, when we started, we were conducting a strategic initiative about trying to address and understand IT-OT convergence. Right. But through the discussion over several months, we understood that digital transformation is really the answer. And when we started our journey, we were technology focused. So we have identified 15 technology tracks at the time. AI is one of them, blockchain is another one, augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics, process automation, 3D printing, robotics, and so on. And we established teams, technology teams, focusing on each track, and they were identifying and delivering on use cases. But we discovered with time that we need to shift our focus to be business focused. Right. So we kept the technology tracks, but we started to develop what we call flagship programs, digital flagship programs in sustainability, in upstream, in internal auditing in our organization, HR and finance and so on. And we also looked at different aspects. So we started an investment track where we started to invest in startups in the digital transformation domain. And we also established our own startup. So we established Aramco Digital, right, which was our first new company looking at digital transformation with several verticals in AI, in sustainability, in a cloud, in 5G. And this company won the countrywide project to establish the first 5G industrial network. So we also, one of the things that we look under the umbrella of digital transformation, we looked at introducing digital platforms. And we introduced around 50 platforms that help us accelerate the digital transformation journey and the execution. And we created, of course, an organization and an executive level for digital transformation in Saudi Aramco, which now, after 10 years of maturity, merged with the IT organization. So we have now a big digital and IT organization. So this is briefly, some of the steps that we have gone through our journey.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. And you mentioned governments have a need for this, and we hope to get governments involved in this as well. Obviously, you've got some experience yourself of what's gone on in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the government there. Can you talk a little about what the Saudi government has done in the digital transformation space?
Well, in Saudi Arabia, there is big focus on digital transformation. Maybe if you are aware, Saudi Arabia, we have our Vision 2030, which has a lot of initiatives. One of them is really digital transformation. So a new entity was created in Saudi Arabia, in fact, multiple entities to address this objective. One of them is the DGA, the Digital Government Authority. And DGA is chartered with bringing Saudi Arabia to be among the top 10 countries in digital transformation in the world. And they are a very interested partner in establishing the forum. And they want to work with us in the establishment. We have also established in Saudi Arabia another entity called SDAIA, which is Saudi Data and AI Authority. And they are also chartered with bringing the focusing on AI and data in Saudi Arabia. And in fact, if you have seen during the US President visit to Saudi Arabia a couple of days ago, they launched our national AI company called the Humane, with big partnership with industry leaders in AI. We have also several initiatives in Saudi Arabia, like the Cloud Initiative. And under the Cloud Initiative, Saudi Arabia is working to bring all the hyperscalers. The first one in Saudi Arabia now is Google, GCP. And in fact, Saudi Aramco specifically established the joint venture to bring GCP in Saudi Arabia, and we are working with others. We have a Smart Cities initiative. And under this initiative, we are building a state-of-the-art city in Neom, if you heard about it, deploying all of the latest technology, AI, IoT, and others. So there is really a lot of things being done in digital transformation in Saudi Arabia, led by government entities.
Right. And yes, when it was my first visit to Saudi Arabia last year, and it was clear there were so many initiatives going on in both the digital space and infrastructure space, and everything at the Vision 2030 is quite something. Switch back to companies from governments. You mentioned that one of the things the forum might or hopes to work on is being able to benchmark or assess maturity of an organization. So right now, how could a company know where it is in terms of its digital transformation journey? And maybe how would you form KPIs around that?
Well, I believe the forum itself, with all the members, will be in a very good position to establish the digital transformation maturity frameworks. Within our company, for example, in Aramco, we have very good experience in this area that we can share with the forum and help develop standards around it. But we look at maturity through different areas.
Right.
For example, strategy is one area, operating model is one area, technology is one area, platforms is another area, and the human capital also is another area. So this is one thing. The other thing is really to make sure that when we conduct the maturity assessment, we conduct it at the right level. So in Aramco, for example, we have hundreds of departments, for example. So we brought, as we move with the iteration of our assessment that we conduct every year, we brought the assessment to the department level. okay,
Right.
which brought really accountability and seriousness in looking in the assessment. Then we roll up these KPIs and metrics that we get from the department level to the business line or the business units. So there are a lot of techniques that we learned over the time on how to make sure that we conduct the assessment. And I believe that we have achieved good progress. 5 of our departments, which are hydrocarbon facilities, big organization like big refineries or big crude oil processing organization, have won the World Economic Forum Lighthouse Award
Right, yeah.
for deploying digital transformation technologies for achieving operational excellence, achieving safety, achieving cost effectiveness, and so on. And these, hopefully, under the umbrella of the forum, with contribution from ourselves and from, of course, other members, we can really design very solid maturity assessment frameworks.
Right. So to try and, as I said, we'll have the plan is to launch the forum in July, actually in Riyadh. But if there's somebody here today and they think their company may be interested in participating, or somebody from government who thinks there's a role there, what should they do in the intervening period?
Well, first of all, for government entities, they can play a key role. We intend to establish or have a work stream for government organization under the forum, so they can participate in developing that stream and to be one of the leading founding members in that area, advance the digital transformation in governments and help optimize and standardize the work. Now, with respect to the forum, gold and platinum members will automatically have access to the forum. They just need to join the forum. And others can, we encourage others who are even not members to join the forum. And we plan to launch the forum in an event in end of July in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. And we welcome all to join the forum and to participate in attending the event. And we have also during this summit on the 21st, we have a dedicated session for interested members who would like to join, where we'll present more about the vision and the expectation of the forum. And also we would like to hear also from the interested members and capture their feedback, as we're currently finalizing the charter and putting things together. So you are all welcome to join us on Wednesday. On
Wednesday, that's right. Another opportunity to go into perhaps a bit more depth about what's being planned. And obviously, I can make this offer on behalf of the Open Group staff. If anyone's interested in this activity, then do speak to a member of the Open Group staff who will point you to in the right direction. And Rached, you're here yourself all week. I'm sure you'd be happy, as you said, to have conversations and get feedback from other organisations as to
absolutely
as to how they're approaching digital transformation or how they might get involved, so that we can continue to share. So, Rached, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for the thought behind this, for sharing today, and hopefully we'll have a nice, successful forum to launch with a lot of work to do.
Thank you very much.
A lot of work to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rached.
Thank you.
Thank you.